Well, hello, and welcome to Stop Let's Team Up Those Daring Defenders, episode 21, and we are going to be talking about The Defenders, issue 10, and it is chapters 9 and 10 of the Avengers Defenders War. And let me give you some of the basic stuff, and then we're going to go from there, and I'm going to tell you what I think of this little comic book. Alright, the basic stuff is, this is Defenders Volume 1, Issue 10. The title of the story is Breakthrough. It has a wonderful John Romita, Danny Crespi cover, and it's got Thor and the Hulk locked in battle, and then little corner box faces, Hulk, Doc Strange, Submariner, Valkyrie, Silver Surfer, and Hawkeye, the lineup of the Defenders. It was released August 21st, 1973, cover date November 1973. The creative team is Steve Englehart, writer, yes. Penciler Sal Buscema, yes. Inker Frank Bowl, yes. Colorist Petra Goldberg, letterist Tom Orowski, and get Jasper Saladino, editor Roy Thomas. And Defenders lineup is Hulk, Hawkeye, Silver Surfer, Doc Strange, Valkyrie, Namor. Avengers lineup is Thor, Mantis, Black Panther, Iron Man, Swordsman, Vision, Scarlet Witch, Captain America, and they are they're not locked in battle, but they're about to be locked in battle with Loki and Dormammu. So I'm going to give you the basic overview that's given here in the Marvel fandom, the brief summary. The Hulk and Thor both arrive in Los Angeles looking for the final piece of the evil eye. They engage in battle and appear to fight to a standstill until the Defenders and Avengers stop the fight. Earlier in the day, Namor had brought the Avengers and Defenders together to sort out their recent misunderstandings. It was discovered that Loki had been deceiving the Avengers and tricking them into fighting the Defenders. They all rushed to Los Angeles with fragments of the evil eye. Once all the pieces are connected, Dormammu swoops in and takes a weapon from the heroes. So, okay, this was the last battle, and it was Hulk and Thor, and let me go through that. I've been gushing about it the whole time, but it's wonderful Sal Buscema art. The splash page is great. It's chapter 9, it says Breakthrough, Hulk versus Thor, and it's Hulk walking down the streets of Los Angeles. People fleeing. Hulk is sensing where the evil eye is. He knows where it is because Doc Strange's done a spell to lead him. He tears open a piece of sidewalk, and there it is, sitting there under the concrete. And in flies the mighty Thor, and they start beating the hell out of each other. I do like this little reference. Thor tries to have a rational conversation with the Hulk, and he says, I well comprehend thy hatred for the world's mistreatment of thee, yet the Defender's scheme to conquer the universe is wrong. As one Avenger to another, I beseech thee. And then Hulk goes, Hulk was Avenger once. Didn't like it. And then he punches. He gets a great panel. I'm going to post this when I post this on Twitter. It's a great Buscema, someone getting punched out of the box. And they fight. Thor throws his hammer at Hulk. Hulk punches the ground and causes Thor to flap in the air. And then there's a great middle panel between. There's 3 on the top, 2 on the bottom. In the middle is Thor and Hulk just duking out. And it is beautiful Sal Buscema superhero kick-ass. It has one cheesy thing is Thor's pummeling the Hulk. Hulk grabs Thor's cape and pulls him really hard. And he spins like a top and he drills a hole into the sewer. And then the Thor comes up. And they're fighting, and it just keeps going on, and it's toe for toe, and people are frightened, and they're doing. And then there's a 1-page panel, and it is Hulk and Thor locked in fight. It's a beautiful panel. I will share it. It is a great, and it shows them just straining. They're just pushing against it, straining. And the next page it goes in, and they're stopped, and then they turn, and there is the both lineups of both teams. And then we go back in time 1 hour in chapter 10, which is called United We Stand. And you've got 4 of the Defenders sitting around a table with their 3 parts of the evil eye. And it's Submariner, Doc Strange, Valkyrie, and Hawkeye. And they're talking about it. Submariner turns up and he goes, Good evening, Defenders. Good day, Defenders, I'm sorry. I have brought guests, the Avengers. And then they recount their battle, his and Cap's, and Submariner and Cap convince everybody. Then there's another great one-page spread, and it's just the Avengers and Defenders talking. Hawkeye's talking to Iron Man, Submariner and Valkyrie talking to Swordsman, Doc Strange, Black Panther, and Mantis are talking, and then Cap, Silver Surfer, Vision, and Scarlet Witch are talking. And Silver Surfer on the next page apologizes. Hawkeye and Swordsman get into heated words because the two hotheads of the team, and then they all head to L.A., and then we catch up. And that's when they explain to Hulk and Thor that it's Dormammu and Loki, and they figure it out. Hulk gets mad and smashes the ground. People are freaked out. He hands the last piece of the evil eye to Doc Strange, and this floating eye and mouth come. It's called the All-Seeing Servant of Dormammu. It's called Asti, S-T-I. A-S-T-I, I'm sorry. And it steals the four pieces, and all of a sudden the world and the people start morphing into a world in the vision of Dormammu. And then Dormammu's head comes, heed the earth. Once I, Dormammu, swore never to invade your dimension. Yet now, with the unlimited might of the evil eye, I'm at my command, I am merging our dimensions, your dimension with mine. Your world is becoming my world, and my world is I am undisputed king. In one earthian hour, you will all be my slaves. And then Doc Strange screams, and this is a shot from overhead, and all the collected heroes. It's a great lineup, the superheroes. No, Dormammu, never. You have used us until this point, but the Defenders and the Avengers will fight back. Valkyrie chimes in. While any of us still breathe, we will never be slaves. And then Submariner goes, if you want Earth, friend, you will have to kill us all. And then it says, to be continued in Avengers 118, the final war. And then guess what? In Defenders 11, the fate of the Black Knight. So we got 2 more issues in this little arc. I've been gushing about it for several episodes. This is one of my favorite crossovers of all time. I've read this more than I've read the Kree-Skrull War as a big event, but this is kind of like one of the first big events. I mean, there are little events, and this is, compared to nowadays, this is a little icky, binky, dinky event. It's got wonderful art, a lot of fun. It's a great grouping of heroes. I really, really love it. I miss this here, and I mean, there's a lot of nostalgia, and I feel like I'm turning into that old fan that the only comics good were when I read them when I was a kid. Which I don't believe in that. I don't like when other people say it. I don't think it's true. I think they're specialer to you. They have a different connection to you because there is in art, and comic books are art, as I say. You have an emotional and a nostalgic feel for them. I do like some modern comics. I think they're wonderful, and I think some comics in the 90s are great. Not as many as other decades, but I think they're great comics in every era, and you judge them based on your... And this really works for its time. There's less problematic. I mean, there's always a little problematic. I find weird social things that are now, that wouldn't be acceptable. This one doesn't have it. I'm a big fan of Steve Englart's writing, as I said, and it's well written. I mean, it's not... it's a comic book. It's got some comic book dialogue. Is it some of this a little maybe cheesier than others? Less so, I think, in some way. They're big speechifying, and I don't mind. I kind of like that. I like the big, the 2-word balloon speech. It's, it's like a monologue in a movie. But the fight scene between Hulk and Thor makes this comic. I mean, it's kind of weird that the second half starts as a meeting. It's like you got into the Council of Elrond in Lord of the Rings, which I will freely admit is where I get bogged down in that book. I want to love it, but I get to that, and it's a meeting. It's a very long chapter about a meeting. And this is half a chapter in a comic book. I don't think, this would be handled way differently. I'm in the middle of reading 2 events, Avengers. Well, I haven't started Dark Crisis yet. I'm waiting till that's all out, and I've read some more Justice League, as I've said. But I am reading Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, and it's overwritten in some ways. There's a lot of tie-ins, or a lot of issues. Do I think the overall story is good? Yeah, I am enjoying it, and I'm enjoying Aaron's run on Avengers. It's a different take on it, and that's cool, and I'm enjoying it. I don't rank it, maybe I'll do a ranking of my Avengers era and I'll get someone to come on and talk to me, a couple people who read Avengers. We all have different takes, and I mean, I know some... I like the Hickman run, and I have some friends who really love it, and I know some people that find it pretentious, and that's, I wouldn't say it's not. But I enjoy it. I mean, but, you know, this is really good for 19. I mean, this is above par. I really think, I mean, I'm a huge Roy fan, but I think Englehart's Avengers is up there for me. I would compare it to the Busiek run. Busiek run's a little bigger, and because Busiek can write bigger, but it's great. The Busiek Perez, I mean, just Busiek writing, but Busiek Perez, I think it's as good as Roy, John Buscema. I'll use him as the main artist, but Neil Adams was in there, Brian Windsor Smith, but, you know, those years when he was the head writer. I think the Englehart West Coast is great. I think the Roger Stern Avengers with John Buscema is absolutely stellar. I may rank it a little higher. Yeah, I'm gonna do a ranking episode, but this story is moving along. It's a lot of fun. And read it, and please reach out and tell me what you think. I put up a question, pick 4 teams that are very obscure, and I will put a poll up with 4 of their names. One gentleman thought I meant all 4. They were all 4 people, and I kind of like that. So 2 of his may be in there, and then I had some odd ones. So I'm going to put a poll up later today after I post this episode. So look out for it. I'm going to be talking to Kirby is coming on. I'm going to announce that now. Kirby's coming on, and we're going to talk Secret Six and cover the Villains United. And Jim Fetters is coming back on, and we're going to talk the Bendis Justice League versus Legion miniseries. That's going to be a fun conversation. Oh, fun for us, maybe not for Bendis, but he's not listening. So, but folks, that's it for today. I'm not going to keep you. I appreciate you listening. Please come on Twitter, interact, send me an email. I'd love to hear what you think, your suggestions. You know, here's a question. Should I put arcs together and cover stuff faster? Would you find that more interesting? Do you find my little quick spur of the moment, off the cuff conversations entertaining? Let me know. But if you don't, let me know. Okay? I take a good note, as a theater person told me one time. In theater, you give each other notes, and it's always good to be good at taking them. So I felt very good when someone said that to me. So, folks, until next week, until Saturday, where I don't know what I'm covering, but it'll be a surprise to me. I've got a bunch of stuff I'm reading. I may just kind of piece something together. I've been reading Secret Six, Silver Age. So until then, you know, be smart, be safe, be kind to one another, and read some comics.